An absolute pleasure to be joined by Chris Anania of the King's School in Sydney. Chris, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Now, Chris is returning recently from a trip with his school, very fortunate, to the UK and Spain. Chris, talk to me a little bit about that journey you've just been on and what it means for your school to take you on a great journey like this.
Oh, the journey was absolutely magnificent. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, and to go to those places, you learn so many different things from like the professionals of the game. It's really just amazing.
How involved are you in the sport of football in Sydney at home?
At the moment I play for the King's School, but I love to ref. I also do a bit of coaching as well, and just watching the game. I think I watch at least 6 games every week, and I just love it. I love every aspect of it.
Very good. Who are you a supporter of?
In Sydney, I go for Sydney FC, but my main team is Juventus.
Good boy. Chris, tell me a bit about what role the King's School has played in your growth as a footballer.
Yeah, I think it was about year 6 when I started playing football at King's, because you can't play until year 5. And I trialled for midfielder, and the coach didn't really like me there, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to try you striker. So I made the prep school firsts in year 6 at striker, and I scored 15 goals in 9 games that year. And it changed everything for me. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a striker, and that kicked off my career there.
Sounds like a very exciting career to come. From the trip you've just been on, was there 1 or 2 messages or lessons that you may have learnt that you think you'll adapt to your possible future as a professional footballer?
I think just learning the different styles of football, from even the difference from an English technique to a Spanish technique. It's just crazy, the different ways they play, and those professional coaches and trainers, they teach you so much, so many little techniques about the game that you would never learn here. So it was really, really amazing.
And what sort of clubs were you able to visit while over there, any in particular?
We visited Manchester City, Valencia, Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Very, very good. Looking ahead into the future, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself going, and what appeals to you most in the sport of football?
Look, it's always been a dream of mine to play professional football, and yeah, so that's the goal. And if I keep working towards that, hopefully one day I get there.
Very good. Wish you all the best, of course. Now, just finally, through football obviously being the world sport, leaders and leadership is an important part of the game, and it's really in big games in all levels of football you see that stand up. Did you learn anything about leadership through your experiences in football previously, or through that trip abroad, that again you may implement into your playing going forward?
Yeah, of course. I think leadership's a massive thing in any sport, but especially in football. I've learnt that it's more than just the captain and the vice captain that has to lead a team. I think every player needs to have a little bit of leadership, whether it's leading yourself or helping to lead the rest of the team. And I think it's really important, because whether you go down a couple goals and you need to lift your team's spirits, or you go up and you need to keep everyone level-headed. That's why I think leadership's so important in football.
Very well said, Chris. Wish you all the very best of luck, Chris Anania, for a wonderful future ahead.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.